What's going on, everybody? Robert, BridgingTheGeekdoms here. I kind of wanted to bring this up. This is going to be a long show here. I kind of wanted to discuss something that came up a couple days ago that I really think people need to truly um, look at seriously. We got to take this seriously here because there's been a lot of how can I say? There's been a lot of discussion when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe and their special effects, the way they do everything. And we're now getting some VFX artists calling Marvel the worst client to work for. And I think that's really interesting. I think that's something we need to take a look at. Now, this is coming from thegamer.com. And I'm going to go through this article here a bit because it's actually a little shocking if you really think about it. VFX artists are speaking out against Marvel, with many refusing to ever work with the entertainment giant again. This comes as artists share accounts of unworkable deadlines and immense pressure, leading to stress and unsatisfactory final products. Many have requested to never be put on a Marvel project again, saying that the studio has the worst VFX management out there. That's absolutely insane. When you think of the conglomerate that Marvel Studios has become over the last 12, 15 years or so now, it's crazy to think that they're treating what is essentially their most important aspect of the studio, of the success of the studio, so poorly. Now, these allegations have been made on the subreddit VFX, with artists across the industry sharing their negative experiences with the company. Almost no one in the subreddit has a good word to say about the employer, with many saying that the money and star power aren't worth tolerating such poor work conditions. Yeah, when you sit there and think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the general audience is going to think of Robert Downey Jr. or the characters Iron Man, Captain America, or something in that regard. This is just proving that these VFX artists, these people who truly bring these films to life are underappreciated. And this is really disappointing. And obviously, being that this is on a subreddit, it doesn't it's not like there's a bunch of people going out and talking to the Hollywood Reporter or anything, but there are quite a few people who are coming out and speaking against Marvel. In the thread titled, "I am quite frankly sick and tired of working on Marvel shows," Reddit user Independent AD419 expressed their frustration with the studio. Marvel has probably the worst methodology of production and VFX management out there, they write. They can never fix the look for the show before more than half the allocated time for the show is over. The artists working on Marvel shows are definitely not paid equivalent to the amount of work they put in. Others in the replies are quick to agree on Thor. Quickly to agree. On Thor, they asked for a complete mini sequence 2 or 3 weeks before deadline, says Sam VFX 2015. Mickey Moomoo's account is much the same. "I request to not work on Marvel movies and TV shows. Unfortunately, they're becoming our biggest client. They expect a smorgasbord of options so they can change their minds 3 more times." Those who haven't been able to avoid working with Marvel confirm that it hasn't improved in recent years. "I'm on almost 3 years straight of Marvel. Welcome to the 7th level of hell." Another user shares that their time at Marvel has been a black hole of sleep deprivation and eating bad. This is crazy. This is absolutely absurd, because when you get down to it, when you think of these are the people that are making these movies what they are. Without these people, without these VFX artists, these movies would not be as big as they are. I am someone who I will criticize special effects. I will sit there and say, "Oh, it could have been done better. It should have been done better." But that's not to say that I don't appreciate the work that people are putting into it. Because I understand that in Hollywood, when it comes to these types of things, sometimes they don't have time, they don't have the budget to make it better. In Marvel's most recent projects, probably going back as far as I'd say WandaVision even. These special effects, they haven't seemed completed and up to Marvel standards, at least from what we've seen the previous 10 years. So it's really interesting to see now that quite possibly it's because of how badly they're handling the special effects and the companies they are utilizing to make these effects. So another thread from 3 months ago contains even more damning accounts of what it's like to work with Marvel. These allegations were shared when another VFX artist was disappointed to lose out on the opportunity to work with Marvel, something their industry peers reassured them was no great loss. Whoa. Mickey Moo Moo shared a particularly shocking account of their time working with the studio. Marvel has seen grown men punch walls and throw monitors from stress. I broke down a couple of times and have even seen the strain it can put on marriages. But the money was fantastic. Fuck Marvel as a client. The credit name is not fucking worth it. Rastalunk I don't know, agrees. It took me over 6 months to recover from WandaVision's crunch. It's not worth it. Not when there's better run projects that look just as good out there. Given how recent some of these projects are, it's unlikely that there's been a dramatic change in the past few months. It remains to be seen if Marvel addresses these criticisms as they become widely shared online. Yeah, This is insane. This is insane. We all, fans of film, especially the superhero genre, we have been looking up to Marvel and what they've been able to accomplish. Yet here we sit finding out that it's not all rainbows and butterflies. It's hell. And I'm kind of shocked because we put Kevin Feige on such a high pedestal of being one of these super producers out there in Hollywood. And you would think that a producer like him, someone who comes off as being so generous and just excited about what he's making, that he wouldn't allow things like this to happen under his watch. I'm really curious to know when all of this started, because I can't imagine that it happened back in 2009 or 2010, 2011, what have you. I'm thinking this is more of a recent development. Obviously, there's been some issues when it comes to COVID. When that all happened, there was a halt put on, and then a bunch of projects needed completed fast. So there was just this mad rush, and that's why a lot of films got delayed, because they couldn't get the VFX done in time. Spider-Man went up to the wire. Doctor Strange went up to the wire. So these films that were high in VFX, they've taken a lot longer to get made because of the issues that happened with COVID. But is that the reason? Is that the reason this is happening now? Like I said, I'm looking back, and I'm really thinking that this has something to do with the output that Marvel has been doing over the last few years. And if you listen to my last live show, they've done 12 projects in the last 18 months. That is a lot. That is a lot of stuff to put out there. But I want to know your thoughts on all of this. So definitely put your comments down below. What do you think of this? This is absolutely insane in my eyes. I cannot believe that Kevin Feige and Marvel has allowed this to happen. But let me know in the comments below, and make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe. With all that said, I'll talk to all of you later.